The rise of Ferdinand Porsche. Genius before the brand behind the Porsche name lies a prodigious but deeply complex story. A story of innovation, ambition, tragedy, and moral compromise. To truly understand how Porsche became one of the most respected luxury car brands in the world, we must go back to the very beginning. Long before sports cars, racing victories, or iconic badges ever existed. Ferdinand Porsche was born in September 1875 in a small village of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, territory that is now part of the Czech Republic. At a time when horse-drawn carriages, bicycles, and steam-powered trains dominated transportation, the automobile was still a rare curiosity. Ferdinand grew up in a traditional household. His father ran a blacksmith workshop and expected his son to inherit the trade. But Ferdinand was different. He showed little interest in blacksmithing and instead focused intensely on school, hoping to escape the life that seemed already written for him. That dream was interrupted when tragedy struck. At just 14 years old, Ferdinand lost his older brother. As the eldest surviving son, he was forced to leave school and work full-time in his father's workshop to support the family. These years were difficult. He followed a path he never wanted, performing physical labor that brought him no joy. Yet during this time, Ferdinand discovered something that would change his life forever: electricity. In the late 19th century, electric light was still a novelty. Candles and gas lamps were common, but electric bulbs represented the future. Ferdinand became obsessed. In the attic of his family home, he began experimenting with wires, circuits, and generators. His father dismissed the obsession as nonsense and repeatedly demanded he stop wasting time. Eventually, however, Ferdinand's talent became impossible to ignore. His father enrolled him at the Imperial Technical School of Reichenberg, where Ferdinand rapidly absorbed engineering fundamentals. Within months, he built his own electric generator and wired electric lighting throughout the family house. That moment marked a turning point. His father finally allowed him to pursue his own path. In 1893, at just 18 years old, Ferdinand left home for Vienna and landed his first engineering job at Bela Egger & Co., a manufacturer of electrical machinery. His intelligence and creativity stood out immediately. He rose through the ranks and soon became responsible for major projects. At Bela Egger, Porsche developed one of his most groundbreaking early inventions, the electric wheel hub motor. This allowed a motor to be placed directly inside a wheel, powering it without traditional drivetrains. Initially used for bicycles, the concept sparked bigger ideas. Around this time, automobiles were beginning to appear across Europe. Engineers everywhere sensed opportunity, and Ferdinand was no exception. After 5 years, he left Bela Egger to join Jacob Lohner & Co., a company transitioning from horse carriages to self-powered vehicles. At just 23 years old, Ferdinand built his first automobile, the Porsche P1. It was fully electric, built on a wooden carriage frame and capable of traveling nearly 50 miles per charge. Though heavy and slow by modern standards, it was revolutionary for its time. In 1900, Porsche took another bold step by combining an internal combustion engine with electric motors, creating the world's first gasoline-electric hybrid vehicle, the Lohner Porsche Elektromobile. It won races, broke speed records, and proved Ferdinand was decades ahead of his time. Yet the limitations of battery technology, extreme weight, and short range stalled electric vehicle development for nearly a century. War, power, and moral compromise. After leaving Lohner, Porsche was recruited as chief designer at Austro-Daimler, where he built his first purely gasoline-powered car. His racing success exploded with the Model 2780s, winning the prestigious Prince Henry Trial in 1910 and establishing Porsche as one of Europe's elite engineers. World War I changed everything. As Europe mobilized for war, Porsche shifted to designing military engines, aircraft systems, and artillery tractors. His reputation grew rapidly. Following the war, Ferdinand returned to racing, believing smaller, lighter cars could outperform larger competitors. His Austro-Daimler Sascha proved him right, winning 43 of 53 races, including the Targa Florio. In 1923, Porsche moved to Stuttgart to become technical director at Daimler, later Daimler-Benz. There, he designed legendary machines, including the Mercedes-Benz S and the iconic SSK, one of the fastest and most successful sports cars of its era. But creative conflict pushed Ferdinand away. During the Great Depression, he founded his own company, Porsche GmbH, initially a consulting firm. It struggled financially until 1933. That year, Adolf Hitler rose to power. Obsessed with automobiles, Hitler wanted a cheap, reliable car for every German family, the Volkswagen. Porsche won the contract. The Beetle became one of the most successful car designs in history. But history took a dark turn. When World War II began, civilian production stopped. Porsche became deeply involved in military projects, designing tanks, weapons, and vehicles for the Nazi regime, including the Tiger tank prototype and the V-1 missile. His designs were innovative, but overly complex. After the war, Porsche was arrested by French authorities for war crimes due to his Nazi affiliations. His health deteriorated in prison, and he never fully recovered. Redemption, racing, and the birth of an icon. With Ferdinand imprisoned, leadership fell to his son, Ferry Porsche. Ferry secured financial survival by partnering with Volkswagen and licensing Beetle designs, proving himself both engineer and businessman. In 1948, Ferry unveiled the Porsche 356, the first car to carry the Porsche name. Lightweight, reliable, and race-proven, it laid the foundation for the brand's future. Racing success followed. Sales soared. But Porsche needed something new. That moment arrived with Ferry's son, Ferdinand Porsche, who designed the 911, a car that would redefine sports cars forever. Rear engine, air-cooled, perfectly balanced, and endlessly evolvable, the 911 became a legend. Through racing victories, financial crises, and bold decisions, including the controversial Cayenne's UV, Porsche survived, adapted, and thrived. Today, Porsche stands as a symbol of engineering excellence, shaped by brilliance, darkness, redemption, and relentless innovation.